Right, in fact, breaking update from Mumbai, and we are displaying those visuals on your television screen where you can clearly see a water pipeline burst in Mumbai. The video shows gallons of water being wasted at a pipeline burst in Mumbai's Bandra area. This is the fifth pipeline burst in 3 weeks, and in fact, the pipeline has been burst in Bandra. And so no end to the water woes of Mumbaikars. Now we are learning of another pipeline burst. This is in Bandra in Mumbai. And look at those visuals on your screen where you can see gallons of water being wasted at that pipeline burst in Bandra. So no relief for Mumbaikars. In fact, remember the civic body had promised that water supply is going to be resumed as of April 23rd, but on April 24th, which is today, we are learning of another pipeline burst, and we are displaying those visuals on your television screens. So, of course, Mumbaikars there impacted by that pipeline burst, and no end to the water woes of the maximum city. Remember, earlier the BMC had said that there's only going to be a 15% water cut because of a pipeline burst earlier. However, residents had earlier claimed that there was up to a 50% water cut in Mumbai. However, now we are learning of another pipeline burst. Visuals on your screens of that pipeline burst in Bandra in Mumbai. Remember, we at Mirror Now, we've been relentlessly covering and campaigning for the water issues that the city is had faced due to a pipeline burst. And in fact, the same story is repeating yet again today. Yet again, we have learnt of another pipeline burst in Bandra in Mumbai. Let's go straight across to my colleague Ankit, who is joining us on the broadcast for more details on this. Ankit, another pipeline burst in Mumbai. Tell us which all areas are impacted by this pipeline burst. Of course, we do know that this has happened in Bandra and Mumbai.
That's absolutely right. Like, as we all know, Mumbai, which is the BMC, Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, is divided with the ward. And in the right now, the pipeline which is bursted in the Bandra area, in the Bandra area, completely H ward. There is no water supply over there because of the pipeline which was bursted. I would like to tell very important thing to the viewers that yesterday on Sunday, BMC has declared that there will be a regular water supply everywhere after the 15% water cut which they were announced before, and the pipeline which was damaged in Mulund, and they have repaired that. But after 24 hours, after 24 hours, there is one more pipeline which was damaged in the Bandra area. And again, as we all know, Bandra area is also majorly impacted. We have asked people what are the problems from last 2 days. At that time, there was no water. But again, only one day relief Bandra people. And in Bandra, as we all know, all the posh people like celebrities who stays over there. So right now, all the H ward, there is no water supply over there. We have to see when they will repair this pipeline, because in the Mulund area they took around 15 days to repair the pipeline. So now we have to wait and we have to watch when they are going to repair this pipeline.
So tell me, what is the civic agency saying about this particular pipeline burst?
See, the pipeline which was bursted around 11:30, and the reason which I came to know, because I am from Mumbai, and every day I see there are lots of construction which work is going on apart from metro work. Many construction work is going on in Mumbai. Like if you see around 1 kilometer, there is a construction work, and maybe because of that this pipeline was bursted. Till now there is no clarification from the BFC. They have only declared on the social media that the pipeline is bursted, but only the announcement is made by the BMC that there is no water supply in H ward. But till what time and when the water supply will start regularly is yet to coming from the BMC.
Right. If you could also please tell us if the BMC has given us any kind of a timeline as to when this pipeline will be repaired till.
The repair work is going on right now because the HWAD they have completely stopped all the water. The repair work is going on, but as we all know, they only got 1 day relief. Before also they are facing so many issues because of the 15% water cut. But there is no announcement, there is no clarification from the BMC to the HWAD or to the everyone regards to this, that when the water supply will start regularly in the HWAD.
Right. Ankit, please continue to stay on with us. We also do have Anil Galgale, who is an activist who is joining us here on the broadcast on Mirror Now. Many thanks, Sir, for joining us here on Mirror Now. So, you know, this is shocking. It's needless to say that there's been another pipeline burst in Mumbai and in the Bandra area. What is your first reaction on it?
देखिए कि मुंबई शहर में ये कोई पहली घटना नहीं है। इसके पहले भांडुप में भी इस तरह की पानी की लाइन बस्ट हुई थी, आज बांद्रा में हुई है। कहीं ना कहीं तो जो एचई डिपार्टमेंट है, हाइड्रोलिक इंजीनियर, जो मुंबई को संचालित करता है, उन्हें अपने सभी की सभी जो योजनाएं हैं उसका उनको करना चाहिए कि किस तरह से इसका जो प्लानिंग करना चाहिए। जो पाइपलाइन अंग्रेजों के समय में बनाई गई थी, तो आज उसको किस तरह से उसका रिनोवेशन करना है, उसकी साफ सफाई करनी है। और सबसे बड़ी बात है जो मेंटेनेंस को लेकर जो टेंडर जारी होते हैं उसमें प्लानिंग न होने की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं तो इस तरह की घटनाएं रोजमर्रा की हो गई है। तो मेरी कमिश्नर से मांग है कि कम से कम एचई डिपार्टमेंट को अब आदेश दे कि मुंबई में जो पुरानी लाइन्स है जो कभी भी बस्ट हो सकती है, जिसकी मेंटेनेंस की आवश्यकता है, उसे युद्ध स्तर पर उसका काम होना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल सर, ये फिफ्थ पाइपलाइन बर्स्ट हो रहा है 3 वीक्स के टाइम में। सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड व्हाट शुड द सिविक बॉडी डू इन ऑर्डर टू इंश्योर दैट दिस डजंट रिपीट?
उसके लिए उन्हें क्या करना चाहिए कि जितनी भी जो पुरानी लाइन्स है, कुछ 150 साल पुरानी है, कुछ 100 साल पुरानी है, तो उसका जो मेंटेनेंस को लेकर जो हर साल उनकी जो प्लानिंग होती है, तो उन्हें एक ऑडिट करनी चाहिए उसकी कि किस लाइन को अधिक मरम्मत की आवश्यकता है टॉप प्रायोरिटी पर, उसे फंड अवेलेबल करके ताबड़तोड़ उसका काम करेंगे तो निश्चित तौर पर जो अचानक जो लाइन बस्ट होने की वजह से जनजीवन को नुकसान होता है, पानी नहीं मिलता है और बाद में जो उस पर जो पैसे खर्च होते हैं वो नियोजन से अधिक होते हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं तो पैसे की भी बचत होगी और लोगों को होने वाली तकलीफ भी दूर हो सकती है।
बिल्कुल, many thanks sir for joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing your views. We have Zoru Bathena, who is an environmentalist who's with us here on the broadcast. Many thanks Mr. Bathena for joining us here on Mirror Now. As you know, another pipeline has been burst, and this is of course the 5th pipeline which is burst in Mumbai city just in the span of 3 weeks. What do you have to say to that?
Well, Mumbai's roads are paved with gold. So all the BMC does year in and year out is dig. This burst pipeline has been seen, spotted, and is visible to all of us. But the number of burst pipes that are lying hidden below the city, which people can't see us, is a lot more. The first issue is, why has BMC dug this road? For what? Has it dug it for any purpose, or is it just for a money-making racket in the name of beautifying the city? So there is a lot more to this one pipeline burst, and I believe this one pipeline is just a symbol of everything that's wrong with our city.
Right, of course, and if you could also please tell us what should be the way forward, what should the BMC do, what is your message to the BMC, how should we go about things and ensure that this doesn't repeat in the future? Because clearly temperatures soaring, people of course cannot do without water, especially during the summer time.
See, the fact that a water pipe has burst shows that they don't know what are the utilities below the ground, or they don't care to check the utilities below the ground. First issue. However, the basic problem remains. Why do they need to dig the same roads again and again, year in and year out, year in and year out? Where else in the world do you see roads being dug up again and again? This is a money-making scam by governments after governments. It doesn't matter who's in power. Everybody is digging the city to make money. And I think this needs to stop.
Right. Mr. Bathena, many thanks for joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing your views. We'll go straight across to my colleague Shivani, who is joining us now on the broadcast for more details on this. Shivani, what more are we learning as far as this pipeline burst is concerned and the kind of impact it has had, especially on medical services? If you could please give us a perspective on that.
Well, this particular incident occurred in the Pali Hill area of Bandra West, where clearly there was a construction work that was going on under the Mumbai Municipal Corporation itself, where the pipe damage has taken place, whereas tons of water has already been wasted, and immediately the water cut has taken place in Bandra West area, whereas the BMC clearly says that their emergency teams have already reached to the spot and they are trying to fix the pipe. Those have been broken as of now, but they say that by the time the repair work continues, there will be no water supply to the hospitals, also to other private buildings. But at the same time, BMC has also urged that they will be providing tons of waters, the tankers of water to the hospitals and whenever and wherever it is required. But as of now, no water supply through the taps will be provided by the BMC. They say that to the hospitals for the emergency purposes, they are taking a call as to whether what is the kind of requirement which is there in the hospitals, and as per that particular demand, they will be supplying the water tankers to particular hospitals and emergency places coming under the Pali Hill area of Bandra West, under the H West ward of Bandra of BMC. They have said that the teams have reached, but yet the pipeline damage continues. The water wastage is still going on. It has not been built up yet. They say that the team of at least 7 to 8 people, the workers and the engineers, have also reached to the spot to fix this particular damage.
Right, Shivani, I would request you to please stay on with us. We do have a Mumbaikar who's Rahul, who is the owner of Cafe Bandra, who's with us here on the broadcast. Rahul, many thanks for joining us here on Mirror Now. Rahul, आपकी क्या स्थिति है ये पाइपलाइन बर्स्ट, आपके कैफे का ऑपरेशंस कैसे अफेक्ट हो रहे हैं इस पाइपलाइन बर्स्ट की वजह से? All right, I'll go back to my colleague Shivani, who is with us on the broadcast. We seem to have lost that line with Rahul there. But of course, endless water woes for Mumbai. Now we know that there's been another pipeline burst in the maximum city, and this has happened in upscale Bandra area of Mumbai. And what we do know that this is the 5th pipeline burst in Mumbai in 3 weeks. So those visuals on your screen where you can see gallons of water being wasted because of that pipeline burst in Bandra, and this is yet another water pipeline burst in Mumbai. Remember, the civic body had promised that there's going to be full water supply on April 23rd, but of course that relief was very short-lived. It was just for about a day's time, and now again on the 24th we have another pipeline burst in Bandra in Mumbai. This is the 5th pipeline burst in just 3 weeks' time. So BMC there falling short of its promises, and no end to the water wars of Mumbaikars, no end to that the water issue in Mumbai. As you can see that those visuals on your screen where you can see a water pipeline that has been burst in Mumbai. Earlier, remember, there was also a water pipeline which had burst earlier this month, and because of which there was a 15% water cut which was announced by the civic body, and residents however also claimed that there was up to a 50% water cut. Now remember, because of this water supply, the pipeline burst this time around, which is today's pipeline burst, going back to my colleague Shivani, who is joining us on the broadcast for more details on this. Shivani, if you could please help us understand the impact of this pipeline burst, the worst hit areas. Because of that, of course, you were also telling me that there's no water supply to nearby hospitals.
Well, yes, in fact, that is what we were discussing rightly, that the BMC is also communicating with the hospitals and also to the places which really require water supply on immediate and routine basis. Their water tankers will be supplied by the BMC, but so far if we see through the visual also we'll understand that the shops nearby on which the water supply or the water float is still going on, those are remaining shut. So of course there is a monetary loss to the office bearers and also to the shopkeeper holders, but also at the very same time the water supply has been cut off. Importantly, Bandra, Pali Hill area covers a lot of VIP guests as well, a lot of important hospitals treating patients across Maharashtra, across India. That is why this water effect is going to be a very serious issue over there. But at the moment of time, as you rightly mentioned, that this is the 5th incident, and we are already understanding that though BMC has promised that from 23rd of March onwards there will be no water crisis in Mumbai, but still we are getting to know from different people that there is a shortage of water, there is water which is coming in bad quality, there is no sufficient water supply that is taking place. And in meanwhile, if such water loss is going to take place in areas like Pali Hill in Bandra West, then of course it is going to affect to several lines also. In fact, it has already been told to us that not only the entire H West ward, not only that the Pali Hill area is going to feel the water shortage or get affected by this particular water pipeline damage, but entire H West area, which covers at least 3 to 4 areas of Mumbai, that will also remain affected unless and until this water pipe damage gets fixed. So clearly for next 5 to 6 hours at least we can understand the process of providing water on continuous basis is going to remain shut. Buildings, the apartments, those who have the supply of water for 24/7 hours, they will also be affected. People, those have not carried out, have not made any storage for water, they will also be impacted and affected. There are a lot of cafes, there are a lot of restaurants, hotels that take place in Bandra area, especially they also run on this 24/7 water supply. They are also highly affected. In fact, that entire lane is now affected with the traffic jam itself, where because the fixing work is going on, the water supply that is showering on people and their vehicles is also going on, and that is why a traffic route movement has also taken place by the BMC itself as a precautionary measure. But at the moment of time, the engineers have reached the spot, the workers have reached the spot. Yet they are going to take time to fix it, because it is not a small damage that has taken place, rather it is a long pipe that has got damaged, and it was an internal work that was going on the very corner of a road right outside a building. That is why it is affecting the people. The movement on that particular road is also blocked for now. It is going to be an interesting part to see that on one hand, where the BMC has announced officially that the H West ward will be affected with no water for some more time. How many hours do they take to revive this entire damage that has taken place?
Right, Shivani. So no end to the water woes there. Many thanks, Shivani, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing and giving us that update. And of